Hello everybody, it's Star Raptor here, and this is another episode of This Week in Star Wars Canon. Now every week I go over everything in the ever-expanding Star Wars universe. This could be anything from the TV series to the comics, to the novels, and to the video games. And with this week it brought us another issue of Star Wars, specifically number 21. And yes, as indicative of the cover, this issue is very Stormtrooper heavy. Now I wish this cover would have represented the characters in the actual story, but anyway, digging into this actual plot of this thing. So this focuses on a 7-man squad named the Special Commando Advanced Recon, SCAR for short, and it's actually led by Sergeant Creel, who we met back in arc number 2 of this same series, Star Wars, where he was actually on Nar Shaddaa as one of Gracchus the Hutt's underlings, basically keeping an eye on Luke Skywalker, and it turns out he was playing a double agent. He was actually working for the Empire the whole time. So since that, he has been promoted and kind of given whatever choice of job he wants to do. So now he leads a squad to hunt down what he calls the rebels as terrorists and just basically root them out. So his squad consists, as I mentioned, of 7 people. So we have a scout type trooper, and his name's Cav. We also have a sniper. Her name is Misty. We have a guy that specializes using a bazooka. His name's Zook. We also have the pilot. His name's Arrow. We have a tech master. His name's Mike. And finishing up the squad, we have demolitions guy, and his name is Strap. So basically, this whole issue is they take out this ship, and it plummets to this planet, which is a planet that's pretty interesting because it's a volcanic planet, and it's actually been evacuated years prior. So it's a lot of cities, but no one's there anymore because it was dangerous to live. I guess it was kind of like Pompeii. It just kind of burned everything down. So it's very cool atmosphere, and getting more into it, they basically are hunting down these rebels the whole time. So it's a very action-heavy oriented issue, which I really, really enjoyed because this is actually going to tie in now to what is now the new arc for Star Wars in general called The Last Flight of the Harbinger. So we're going to see the squad carry into a plot that's going to involve Luke, Han, and Leia, like we've been following the whole Star Wars arc story. So getting into some things I really enjoyed with the story is, holy crap, first off, like we have a commando canon now, but I loved Republic Commando, the video game, and now there's a lot of people out there that love the Legends book Republic Commando. So this is Lucasfilm giving us our own Imperial Commando, basically, unit. And I heard rumblings back a long time ago. I seen a leak that I don't think it's true, but there's going to be an Imperial Commando game. So just something, hopefully maybe they'll do something, because this is really what I've wanted for a long time now. I mean, this is kind of like the Band of Brothers with Stormtroopers, and some things I really liked about it, that it felt like these Stormtroopers had personalities. They all were individualistic, kind of like clone troopers, really. They all kind of had their little quips. Their armor looks all different depending on what their job is, really specialized. I also really enjoyed Sergeant Creel's backstory of him being on this planet and seeing people die all around him because he grew up in these, they had everybody was pit fighters if they were poor. Kind of like gladiators, basically. And he grew up in these fighting pits, and what happened was the Empire came down and basically liberated the planet. So to him, the Imperials are actually his saviors, and I love how Lucasfilm is actually exploring this more and more. I just read Life Debt, and there's an interlude from an Imperial's perspective about how the rebels are terrorists. So yes, basically, Creel says the rebels are terrorists. He's seen a lot of his prior squads get mowed down by these guys with their guerrilla tactics. So it's just really cool now we're seeing this other side of the story. And these Stormtroopers, they're specialized. And they're not the guys from the movie that, they all talk the same and they're very in order. No, these guys are actually not really joking around, but like I said before, they actually feel like original. And they're deadly as heck. They're actually killing mercilessly these rebels. These are Stormtroopers like we've never seen before because they're a special unit. So this is a really, really awesome issue. And as I mentioned before, The art is great. We actually have a new artist on the book, as they frequently change every arc now. Jorge Molina is doing a great job representing the grit of what these troopers are going through. Like, they have all their armors mucked up and dirty, just brutal kind of combat. So guys, definitely check this out. Number 21 of Star Wars is really good. Now, moving on, we also had number 23 of Darth Vader. Now, this cover I really like. It reminds me of something like from like Return of the Jedi or something, like Vader just fighting Morit, one of the people that think he's a Jedi because he has cybernetics, but obviously find out it's not really the case. So what happens in Darth Vader number 23 is basically it starts off with Aphra now realizing that she can command the droids since they brought her back to the Executor. Now their mission's complete. She reroutes them to say, now you can let me leave. So basically she's trying to get out of there, and Black Kirsten's going to rescue her. And she decided, oh, maybe the Emperor needs help, because basically what happened is now Cylo and his radical people are now trying to take the Executor and kind of almost like usurp the Emperor, it seems like. So they're taking the Executor with the Emperor on board and getting out somewhere. So, you know, Aphra's going to try to save the day, I guess, like get the Emperor free before Cylo's cronies get to him, kind of thing. And then on the other side of things, we have Vader, who we last seen was surely going to die. Of course, we know his fate, obviously, with Empire, but like, and Return of the Jedi and all. He was on this whale ship and he was going to explode into the Executor. He somehow escaped. He cut the power to the Executor, so things not moving. So basically, Cylo is sending Morit to go get the engines online, and Vader is going to stop him. And it's basically, you know, what's going to happen with anybody that, you know, tries to stand up against Vader is pretty much doomed to die. So all in all, this was a solid issue. You could definitely see the end in sight for sure. I really did enjoy the duel with Morit, though. They were out there in outer space on the hull of the Executor, and just, I'm not going to spoil it, but just the way that Morit went was pretty freaking hilarious. And touching back on Cylo, this villain, and he, in this issue, and again, I'm not going to spoil this for you guys either, because it's a really awesome turn in the story of Darth Vader that I would have never guessed. So the ending there with Cylo is just phenomenal. You guys got to check that out. And BT and 000, I love how their allegiances just change on a dime, you know, just with some voice protocol that somebody speaks to them, they automatically trigger something to do something else. So they are machines. But, you know, that is going to do it for this week in Star Wars canon. So what did you guys think of Star Wars number 21 and Darth Vader number 23? Are you reading both of them? What other Star Wars comics are you guys reading? Let's, you know, continue the discussion in that comment section below. Thank you for watching. I'm Star Raptor, and may the Force be with you. Did you enjoy this video? Then make sure you go ahead and hit that thumbs up symbol. And if you like this video, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. Subscribing to my channel will help me out, and it helps you guys out, keeping up to speed on all my latest content. Speaking of which, you can catch my weekly Star Wars show down over there. You can see a recent review I've done over there, and you can follow me on social media, Twitter @StarRaptor, as well as Facebook.com/StarRaptor.